Once upon a time, there was a small town nestled in the heart of the forest. The town was known for its peacefulness and seclusion, but also for its strange occurrences and legends. One night, a group of teenagers decided to explore the woods and visit an abandoned mansion that was said to be haunted. As they approached the house, they could see that it was in a state of disrepair and overgrown with vines. They entered the house and started to explore the rooms. At first, they found nothing out of the ordinary. But as they ventured further into the house, they started to feel a sense of unease. They heard strange noises and saw shadows moving in the corners of their eyes. Suddenly, the door to the basement creaked open, and they saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at them. The group froze in fear, not sure of what to do. But then, a voice called out to them from the darkness, "Welcome to my home. I've been waiting for visitors." The teenagers were terrified and tried to run, but they found that the doors and windows were all locked. The voice continued, "You see, I am not just a ghost. I am a demon who has been trapped in this house for centuries. And now, I have chosen you to be my next victims." The group could hear the demon's laughter echoing through the house as they realized there was no escape. The teenagers never returned from that trip to the abandoned mansion, and the house was said to be haunted from that day on. Some say that if you listen closely, you can still hear the demon's laughter in the woods, waiting for its next victims. The story of the abandoned mansion and the demon that haunted it spread quickly throughout the town. Many people believed that the teenagers had brought the demon's wrath upon themselves by visiting the house and disturbing its resting place. But others were convinced that the demon had been there all along, waiting for unsuspecting victims. As the years passed, the house fell into further disrepair, and the forest grew wild around it. But the stories of the demon and the haunted mansion never faded from the town's collective memory. One night, a young couple decided to explore the woods and see the abandoned mansion for themselves. They had heard the stories, but they didn't believe in ghosts and demons. They thought it would be a fun adventure. As they approached the house, they could see that it was in an even worse state than before. The windows were boarded up, and the door hung off its hinges. But they still entered the house, eager to explore. As they walked through the rooms, they felt a growing sense of unease. The house was silent, except for the sound of their footsteps and the creaking of the floorboards. And then they heard something else. A low growling coming from the basement. The couple tried to leave the house, but they found that the doors and windows were all sealed shut. They were trapped, and the growling was getting louder. Suddenly, the demon appeared before them, its eyes glowing with hatred. The couple was paralyzed with fear, but then they remembered something that one of the teenagers had said before disappearing. He had said that the demon can't leave the house, it is bound to it. So the couple ran to the basement, where the demon's growling was coming from, and they found a small room with an old book lying on the table. They opened the book, and it was a journal of the previous owner of the house. He wrote about how he had made a deal with the demon, who had promised him wealth and power in exchange for his soul. He had trapped the demon in the house and bound it to the house's basement. The couple realized that the demon is not able to leave the house, and they were safe as long as they were not in the basement. They quickly left the house and never returned. The townspeople were surprised to hear that they had returned safely, but they never spoke of their experience in the house, and the demon's growling was never heard again.